So over the summer, I was doing a few small road trips. In the process, I decided to pick up the top box instead of just carrying the backpack all the time. I mean, it's very cool. I can store all my stuff, but I was also thinking, it'd be nice to have some brake lights in there. Because on this top box, you have these two clear lenses, and behind those two lenses are just some cheap reflective material. So my plan is to actually install LED lights underneath those two lenses to give myself basically a third brake light, like a safe brake light to make it easier to see. Now I was able to pick up some LEDs from Walmart. Here they are right here. They're red in color. They're waterproof. They had adhesive strips on the back and about 20 bucks for the pair. So the plan is to use two as brake lights and one as a constant on like running light. I should have enough room, if I move my fat hand out the way, I should have enough room in here to fit 3 strips. It's going to be a little tight, but I believe it's enough room. Now to get that lens off, I have to remove these screws here. And then there's 2 more screws right here on the front. And then once I get those off, I'll be able to slide that lens right out. So after taking a quick look at it, I noticed that they are number 1 screws for Phillips heads. I'm sorry, number 1 Phillips head screws. I tried the number 2 Phillips head bit first, and you can see it just slip off, which means I have to move to a smaller Phillips head bit, which is called number 1. Now you could use a regular screwdriver, but I'm lazy and prefer speed, so I use my impact. I'm just going to zip these screws out real quick, and then should be able to pull the lens right out. So these 2 screws here also hold in the tie-down strap, which is used to hold down your luggage. And there's another screw up here. Now, at first when doing this, there is a second screw in the front, but I wasn't sure if it held in the lens or held in like part of the handle, because I didn't understand why they'll have 2 screws there. So you see me try to take it off and it doesn't come off. So don't pry at it. Just know that that second screw has to come out. So it's actually a total of 4 screws holding that lens in. Once you get the lens out, you can see that cheap reflective material that does nothing. And that's what we plan on replacing with LEDs. So now that we have that all loose, let's go and grab our LEDs. So the LEDs, again, I bought from Walmart. It comes with all the connections and everything you need. And it's currently inside the package is connected to like a little battery pack that allows you to turn them on in the store so you can see what color they are and how bright they are. And I'm actually going to keep that battery pack connected after I get this install done just to test it. But see, nice and thin and waterproof. Adhesive strips on the back. And there's a little battery pack. And that's what they use in the store to let you see how bright they are, and that's what I'm going to use to test after my install. Because the bike is currently in the garage because there's about a foot of snow on the ground. So again, I'm going to have to disconnect these from the packaging. And I'm going to try to fit them into the lens. Again, nice, thin. They are waterproof. They have the nice 3M adhesive on the back. So we slide the lens out. The plan is, again, to get 3 strips inside this lens. And you'll see why later. It's a very cool idea. But 2 strips I got into here. It's a tight fit, but they will get in here. Now again, I'm just laying these in here just to try to test fit. Sorry about the camera angle, but usually when I'm working, I'm just focusing on working, not focusing on the camera. Anybody want a job as a free cameraman? No? Okay, whatever. So I got the 2 strips in here. I'm trying to test fit this. It'll slide down in there, but after a review, I see that it's very, very tight. So I'm going to have to go ahead and possibly drill some holes out in order to get this to properly line up. Because it's very, very snug fit. Now I probably could have got some thinner LEDs if I wanted to go online and shop, but honestly, I just went with the easier route. I mean, they're at Walmart. They're 20 bucks for the pair. All in all, I paid 60 bucks for the total project, which is for something electrical for a bike, that's pretty darn cheap. And plus, they're already waterproof. They already have an adhesive strip. And the connections are very simple, too. So, I see here I'm going to drill some holes there for the connections there. I have to drill some holes there to get those connections through, which is very simple. You just basically drill a hole and make a hole in the plastic. It's scary because, this box is not cheap, but it's the only way you're going to make this connection. And plus, it's nothing that a little bit of silicone can't fix. So as I get the holes drilled, then I'll show you the, I'm not going to waste your time showing you me drilling holes, but I'll show you the finished product and the finished connection. So the holes are drilled. You see connectors coming through the box. That's the only way you're going to get this lens to fit over this. And you see I reconnected it back to the little test button they had from the store. That thing's bright. I really am like to look at this right now. That's just 2 strips installed. So those 2 strips will act as a brake light. And the plan again is to get a 3rd strip, which I plan on hopefully squeezing into the top. So now with the connectors through there, the lens will actually sit down and fit over the LEDs. It's still a tight fit, but you have a little more space because the connectors are inside the box. Get this to slide in. Don't mind the socks, I'm at home. Again, about a foot of snow outside. So now I got it in there, and once you squeeze the button, it's nice and bright through the lens. So I'll show you a different angle so you can actually see the light better, because you can't really see it from here. But from this angle, you can see that's just 2 strips. So that's going to act as my brake light. Nice and bright. If you run into the back of me now, you're not paying attention. So right there at the top is where I plan on putting a 3rd strip. And that 3rd strip I plan on using as a running light. And then, of course, seal it all with some silicone, because we want to keep our top box waterproof. And since I just made some holes, I have to seal those up. So now we'll go ahead and install the 3rd strip. Then I'll show you how that looks. So here we have all 3 strips installed. So when the bike is running, this strip will stay on all times. Then when I squeeze the brake handle, brighter. So that top strip is basically just your running light, so people can always see you, especially at nighttime. And then when I squeeze the brake handle or step on the rear brake, that 3rd strip will come up. Now I just need I don't know how to properly word that. I guess chew away some of the plastic on the inside, because I want to make these connectors lay down. Right now they're kind of sticking out. So I want to make them lay down flusher. That way as I'm putting stuff inside the box, I don't run the risk of disconnecting my lights or damaging connection. And plus it'll help keep our seal here. So again, run some silicone around there, and that'll help keep it nice watertight seal. So once I get all that done, I'll show you again how it all looks. So here's the finished product. When the bike is just turned on, those lights come on, as long as the bike is on. Then, when I squeeze the brake handle, much brighter. If you run into the back of me now, you're not paying attention. Bike running, and on, brakes. All right. Now I have to clean up all the wiring, seal up this, and seal up where the connections come through with silicone so we can keep our waterproof integrity of our box, which will be a part 2 video, because I'm also going to show you how to wire this to the bike. So that way you have a nice waterproof connection, so when you take the box off, you just disconnect it. When you put the box on, you connect it, and it acts like it was made by the factory. And including with that, I'm going to show you how to install the smart brake module. I bought myself a Christmas gift. This thing is very cool. You don't have to step on the brake. Just when you downshift or you come off the throttle and the bike starts to naturally slow down, it'll trigger the brake light. It helps keep you from running into the back of you, which is a very big fear as a biker. So thanks for watching my channel. Please watch out for bikers while you're in the car. And please subscribe so you can see part 2. Thank you.